Namaste guys, ChristianRLong, life enhancement consultant, giving you big and beautiful shout out on this Thursday afternoon here in Catalina Island, right off the coast of, it's kind of in between Los Angeles and San Diego. So San Diego is south, Los Angeles is north. If you go right in the middle of them and then go about an hour off the coast, you're going to hit Catalina Island. Beautiful, teeny weeny little island. I've been here for a few hours, got off the boat. My boat actually just arrived, so I'm going to be heading out probably in the next hour or so. Paula, Atma Namaste, my fellow Arhatic Yogini sister. And it's super funny because this island is so small, but a lot of people are visiting and want to drive around, so they drive around these little tiny golf carts. But they're like souped up golf carts. They look extra aggressive and meaty. It was a great stay. I don't know if you guys can see this clearly at the distance we're talking about here. But if you look over here, where I did my spiritual practice for today, my Arhatic yoga practice, right over here, you see it way off in the distance, the circular building with the red top. That is Catalina Island's casino. So I was meditating right next to a casino. And then you see that white building at the top, or kind of in the middle of the top. That has a little bell that sounds every hour. Ding dong. It's pretty cool. It echoes throughout the whole island. And those are some of the houses. So the houses are built into the island. I kind of feel like I'm in Hawaii, even though I've never been to Hawaii. And then that's the boat going to be boarding. Those are some super cool houses that are built in. Airbnbs all over the place. It's really, really nice. A U.S. bank, for anyone who banks at U.S. Bank, wants to take money out without getting any fees charged. So, and I got a big sundae, a big ice cream sundae. I don't want to talk about it. So I had breakfast at this place called Jack's. Really, really good breakfast, super sweet staff. So Elizabeth, Atma Namaste, if you're ever in the area of Catalina Island and you're looking for a good breakfast place, definitely go to Jack's. I am a lucky guy. All blessings and credit to my teacher, Grandmaster Toa Koksui. It's very interesting because a lot of the places are closed Wednesday and Thursday for some strange reason. Some of the retail places are closed 2 days in a row and then open the rest. So I came on a day that several of the places are actually closed, but super, super cute place. Boats everywhere. Why did I come to Catalina Island? Well, the reason I came to Catalina Island is because I had a goal. Last year, at the end of the year, I said, where would I like to travel to that I haven't been, that doesn't require international travels, right? And I thought, Catalina Island. Why Catalina Island? For any of you who have watched the movie Step Brothers, there's with Will Ferrell. It's a hysterical movie, super stupid, makes zero sense, but it's a comedy, so what are you going to do? And at the end of the movie, the two stepbrothers meet at Catalina Island, and and there's this wine mixer, and they keep swearing like, we can't mess up this event. It's the Catalina wine mixer. It's the Catalina wine mixer. And I was like, Catalina. And if you look at it in the movie, it looks really beautiful. But in fact, I actually don't know if that part that was filmed was actually filmed at Catalina Island. Now that I think about it, as I'm here, maybe. So there's two different ports that you can port in Catalina Island. And I'm at the Avalon port. The northeastern side is the other port. And I forgot the name of that one. So that maybe is where they filmed Step Brothers, that scene. But if you haven't looked it up, go to YouTube, go to Step Brothers, go to Catalina Wine Mixer. Step Brothers, Catalina Wine Mixer. It's about a 5-minute clip. Super, super funny. And then you can leave from California like 3 different ports. And I left out at Dana Point Harbor, which is about an hour north of San Diego. So it's going to be an hour to get back. So I'm leaving in the next 45 minutes, an hour to get back. Then when I leave from there, I'm going to drive south to San Diego to attend the starting of the Arhatic Yoga Retreat with Master Ko. I think almost everyone will be there. We have about 500 practitioners from around the world attending the event. So it should be wonderful, great energy, great healing, great spiritual teachings. Daniel, it wasn't, it was in Palos Verdes. It was? Are you kidding me? Oh, I was in Palos Verdes yesterday. Man, where was that in Palos Verdes? Man, I feel so cheated out of my movie trivia. I should have looked it up sooner. Yeah, I was in Palos Verdes yesterday for a couple hours. Great place. Really like the energy. I like the energy, actually, of this place as well. I was able to do my Arhatic practice right near the casino. So at the end of the meditation, blessed all the sentient beings, the beings of the air, the beings of the water, the beings of the land, the beings that govern the evolution of Catalina Island. And then we also bless the beings of prosperity, abundance, and success in the casino. Absorb some of the clean, healthy prosperity energies. All about it. But that's it, guys. Just wanted to jump on real quick, send the love to you. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having an amazing day. Hope life is blessing you. If you didn't catch last night's newsletter, I highly recommend checking it out because it was talking about humor. That Master Choa says you have to have a sense of humor about life to enjoy life and to see life more realistically. So the ride here is actually really smooth. And I guess the catamaran or whatever that we use to get here, the boat, goes pretty fast. I don't know what the knots are, but we saw a few dolphins, which was cool, jumping out of the water. We actually slowed down the boat so we could kind of hang out with them a little bit more because I think the boat goes faster than the dolphins can swim. But it was super sweet. But this is a nice place. If you've ever thought about coming to an island and you live in the California area, I would highly recommend checking it out. In line on shore at Dana Point Harbor, there were two women. One woman had lived in the area her entire life and she was in her 50s. The other woman had lived in the area for 30 years. Prashant, namaste. And one of them who worked at Dana Point went to Catalina Island once in her entire life. And the other woman who's been here for 30 years, this is her first time ever going to Catalina Island. You ever wonder that? It's kind of like when I used to live in Orlando. I lived in Orlando, Florida for about 3 years. And there were people who lived in Orlando, who grew up in Orlando, had been in Orlando their whole life, and they'd been to Disney World or Universal Studios like once or twice. Isn't that amazing? Or you have people that live by the beach. I live 10 minutes from Siesta Key, one of the top-rated beaches in the entire country. Adriana, namaste. And I went to that beach regularly, but there were people who grew up on the beach, never been there and lived in Cali my whole. There you go. Prashant, case in point. Yeah, but you kind of live far. I mean, you live several hours north of Catalina Island, so I'll cut you a little bit of slack. I'm talking about people who live in the area. So you have people that it's kind of the mindset of like, it's always going to be there. I can go another day. I can go another week, another month, another quarter, another season, another year, another decade, another lifetime, right? So look at the little gems. Jenny, namaste. Look at the little gems and nuggets within your own backyard. There's a famous speech that was given thousands and thousands of times throughout North America in the 30s, 40s, and 50s called Acres of Diamonds. Acres of Diamonds. And it's a fictional story about somebody who is having financial challenges, and he combs the entire world looking for a diamond mine, looking for prosperity, looking for opportunity, and he can't find it anywhere, and he ends up going to his grave a poor man. But someone buys his property, and on his property is the largest diamond mine known to man. And the point is, the prosperity, the abundance, the success that this man was seeking was at his feet the whole time. Was at his feet the whole time. So that's kind of how it is in life. It's like we keep thinking all the things that we desire in life are outside of ourselves or in some far off, mystical, magical place. What did Lord Jesus teach? Heaven is within. What does Master Choa teach? Heaven is within. Heaven is within each and every one of us. And hell is also within each and every one of us. Right? So we have the choice of going within and finding the heaven or going within and finding the hell. So I was going to talk about this topic yesterday when we were doing the stream. Jenny, you been to Catalina? Dang, girl. Where haven't you been lately? Check out this. Look at this one. Hold on, I'm going to spin the camera. Look at this. See it? Look at that whole area. It's really cool. Huh. It's really, really cool. There's a bunch of tiny kids around here. Adorable. So I was going to bring this up yesterday because some people have been giving feedback and they go, Christian, looks like you've been in the sun too long. Christian, looks like your skin is burned. Christian, you're not taking care of your physical body well enough. You need to take care of your physical body. And the reason I was burned initially is I wasn't wearing sunscreen. And I don't like wearing sunscreen. I don't like putting lotion on my body. It's kind of irritating, to be honest with you. So I didn't put anything on. But as I was doing my meditation practice and my healing practice outside in Rancho Palos Verdes yesterday, I was sitting in the shade, and then after 90 minutes, it was getting to be too cold. So I was like, all right, this isn't working. And then guess what? I started to sit in the sun directly, was doing my meditation and healing practice, and it got to be too hot. And I was like, ugh. And then I sat back in the shade, and it got to be too cold. And I sat back in the heat, and it got to be too hot. So what I was realizing is that life is full of cycles, full of change, and we have our ups and our downs. So the goal is to be centered in the self, centered in the I am, because the external world is always going to be changing. It's either going to be too hot or too cold, just like in the story of Goldilocks and the three bears. The porridge is going to be too hot, the porridge is going to be too cold. The point of it being just right, the path of the Tao, moderation and non-excessiveness, is within, right? That's the goal. We want to be the middle path. We want to be moderation and non-excessiveness. So as I was sitting in the hot and in the cold and in the hot and in the cold and in the hot and in the cold and going round and around and around and around, I finally hit a point in my awareness of, hey, it's all good. It's not going to last forever. My body being cold right now isn't going to last forever. My body being hot right now isn't going to last forever. So I was starting to go within, center myself, feel greater inner peace, happiness, and joy, and I was able to fulfill my spiritual and career obligations for the day. And it was a beautiful experience. Oh, Jenny, that's right. You did live in LA for years. I forgot that, girl. My bad. Good old Catalina Island. The ticket to and fro, $35 one way, $35 another way. So you're going to spend about $75 or so. Juliana, I'm an namaste. You're going to be spending about $75 to come, to leave from whatever port in California to come to Catalina Island. So you and another person, $150. The rooms here are anywhere from $100 to $100. Well, anywhere from $100 to $500 and up. So, but that was my insight. That was my nugget. That was my takeaway from yesterday's experience. Is the moderation and non-excessiveness, the just right, is within us. Because we can only do so much to control the external world, but at the end of the day, there are things that are just outside of our control. But the things that are never outside of our control is what we think, what we say, and what we do. And then I've heard this one before. Somebody goes, well, if somebody puts a gun to your head and tells you to do something, they control whether you do it or not. Nope. That was proven time and time and time again in the concentration camps. If you want to read a great book about that, Viktor Frankl wrote the book Man's Search for Meaning. And in that book, he says no matter what the circumstances are in life, man is always in control of how he perceives the situation. So even if somebody has a gun to your head and tells you to do something, guess what? You still, even in that moment, have the choice to do or to not do. Now, that doesn't mean there are not consequences to what you do and what you don't do. You have the choice to pay your bills or not pay your bills. You have the free will to do that. You have the free will to live in a nice house, or you have the free will to travel. Alex, Atman Namaste. You have the free will to do anything you choose to, but that does not mean there are not consequences for that. You might say, well, I don't want to eat like a rabbit. Okay, don't eat like a rabbit. Eat like a horse. Stuff your face with as much food as you possibly can shove in it, because you have free will to do that. But guess what? There are going to be consequences to you shoveling food into your mouth. Or if you want to starve, you have that option. No, you guys are fine. You have the option to do that as well. People keep thinking I'm filming them. They don't realize that the camera's on me. I don't want to film people. I don't want to film people if they don't want to be filmed, right? It's kind of inappropriate. Even though in the United States, in public, you have no right to privacy. I've seen so many videos on YouTube about people filming other people in public, and they go, you can't film me without my permission. Not true. Not true. First Amendment. So, freedom of speech, freedom of the press, get after it. But if people obviously don't want to be filmed, I'm not going to put them on camera. Get it, girls. You know what I have noticed, though? This girl was sticking her hand literally down her shirt into her bra. That was a little aggressive. You know what I haven't seen out here in Catalina Island, which was kind of interesting? No one's swimming. And I don't know if I'm on the wrong side of the island, but right here, look. Now, I understand California water is not the same as Florida water. I get it. You guys can all relax. But look, it's a little baby shoreline. That couple is right over there, but nobody's swimming. Nobody's swimming over here, and nobody's swimming over there. And I looked for signs that said no swimming, and I could not find one sign that said no swimming. All the other signs did say, do not feed the birds. Whatever you do, don't feed the birds. So, that's my little plug. Come to Catalina Island if you've never been. It's amazing. I'm getting ready to catch my boat back to Dana Point Harbor. Parking is also $14 for the day, just so you know, because, hey, people like to know, people like to budget, people like to plan things out. So $75 for the trip, $14 for parking. Food is a little bit more expensive here than in other places. And I don't know, I prefer to walk because I want to get some physical exercise today, but you can rent a little baby golf cart and tear it up all over the island. I don't know what it is per hour or per day to rent a golf cart, but it's pretty adorable. Like, everyone is driving a golf cart. Like, probably the mayor of this city is driving a golf cart. I've only seen a couple trucks. That's one of them. I've only seen a couple trucks and a few full-size vehicles. But other than that, it's golf carts and little baby smart cars. That's basically it. Welcome to Catalina Island. And so then I'm going to get probably into San Diego around 6:30, join up with everyone around 7. I still haven't checked into my Airbnb, but I let them know I'll be getting there late tonight. And that's it. So thank you guys very much for sharing your time, energy, and love with everybody. I hope you have a phenomenal Thursday, a phenomenal week, phenomenal life. Ooh, another smart car. The tiny smart cars are everywhere. I love tiny things. Yeah, it's a really magical place. It's got a good vibe. If and when I come back to Catalina Island, I'm going to stay here for a few days, get an Airbnb, get a golf cart, and then tear it up around the entire island. It's a very romantic place too. If you have a partner and you want to like mix it up with them on the island, this is it's got the romantic vibe going on too. But thanks, Daniel, for clarifying that Step Brothers was not, that scene in Step Brothers was not filmed in Catalina Island, but actually in Rancho Palos Verdes. Sounds about right. That being said, if I can assist you guys with your healing, to become a better human being, to transform your life in any way, shape, or form, please let me know. You go to my website, ChristianRLong.com, sign up for a distant pranic healing session. We do 30 minutes of coaching to get clarity as to why you're stuck in that particular area of your life. And I can guarantee you 1,000% the reason you're stuck in that area is because you lack awareness. Jillian, namaste. The reason you're stuck in your career, finances, relationships, whatever, is because you lack awareness. And it's always good to have, the term is called outside eyes. Always good to have outside eyes or outside perspective to shine light on where your darkness is, where your blind spot is, where your ignorance is. And then from that point on, we do healing. So 30 minutes of coaching to get awareness, then 30 minutes of healing around that to move your life forward. And once you have awareness, and once we remove the thing that was holding you back, you make a rocket ship in your development, which is super cool. So that's it, guys. Again, thank you for joining, sharing your time, energy with the group. Feel free to ask any questions in the comments section or direct message me. It's better if you just put it in the group so we can all benefit from the answer. And I look forward to connecting with you very, very soon. This is Christian Long, Life Enhancement Consultant, wishing you a beautiful day, a beautiful week, and a beautiful life. Bye-bye.